Panie trenerze, bardzo dziękuję, że zgodził się Pan na nasz wywiad. Chciałbym porozmawiać o meczu z Portugalią i takie najbardziej fundamentalne pytanie jest takie, czy sądzi Pan, że ten mecz i to, jak udało nam się zagrać, czy polski zawodnik rzeczywiście tak grać potrafi, czy to nie był jednorazowy wyskok, jednorazowy wybryk?
Yeah, I think they showed that they can play at that level. So we had also the first half of Serbia also was a good game, and we see that these guys can make a lot of progression. What I said from the beginning, I think that Poland has in that way the same talent as any other country in Europe, and we have to recognize that they played on that level, so they can do it. If we can repeat it every match, that's another story.
Czy zauważył Pan w oczach polskich zawodników zmianę w stosunku do tego po meczu z Portugalią? Czy 20 minut po meczu z Portugalią widział Pan, że patrzą na Pana inaczej niż powiedzmy 2 dni wcześniej?
No, they are looking in the same way as after the Finland and the Serbia match. The only thing, of course, is that they, with these matches and this result, they pick up much more confidence. And for them, it's also a result that we are working very close together. That I not only have confidence in them, but that they also have confidence in me. And that's exactly what we need in football. You need to have confidence in each other to do the job. And in that way, we have at the moment a great atmosphere in the team.
Trener Kaczmarek dużo opowiadał, był naszym gościem tydzień temu w programie, dużo opowiadał nam o różnych rozwiązaniach taktycznych, jakie miał Pan przygotowane na mecz z Portugalią. Czy sporo czasu poświęcił Pan na grę pressingiem i sporo czasu na grę 2 środkowych obrońców, 2 defensywnych pomocników? I jak trudno przyszło Panu namówić polskich zawodników, naszych zawodników do tego, by ten plan gry wcielić w życie?
Yeah, but that's one of the most important things in football, I think. I think that you always have to start to explain to your players your philosophy of playing, the way you want to play. And that's what we did from the beginning. In general, in my opinion, you have to play to... Let me say it this way. Football is based on ball possession. If you have the ball, you are the boss in the field. You are managing the game. Most of the teams in Poland here are playing defense to prevent goals. I want them to defend to get the ball back as soon as possible. That means pressing in the midfield up front. So defend to get the ball back, because if you have the ball, you manage the game. That's the first step. The second step is that I said, listen, you have to try to bring the ball in good conditions in front. That's why you have ball possession. So don't use so much, as you see many times here, don't use so much a long ball just with your eyes closed. The striker has not any chance. He is between 3 or 4 defenders. Of course, there are situations that you can use a long ball on a running guy or on a counter when there's a lot of space. But use the midfield. The name of the game is to play football. These 2 big things we are practicing from the beginning. And of course, the problem in a national team is that you don't have time. If you work with a club team, you work every day. We have to do the job in 4 or 5 days every time. So, but that's again to show that what I said from the beginning, one of the reasons I'm here to accept the job is that I have a lot of confidence in Polish players. They have qualities. The only thing you have to do is to explore the qualities and to use the qualities they have. And that is the main process during all the camps, all the days we are together. Explain them and clear for them the possibilities they have. Portugal is basically not better than Poland. The only thing Portugal is doing until now, They are doing things better than Poland. But we can do it on the same way and even better. And I think that's, apart from the result and the way we play, I think that's the most important victory after the match versus Portugal, that we showed the players and we showed everybody that yes, they are good enough to do the job. But that's a process of repeating every day and working 24 hours a day and focusing on the game, and most of all the philosophy of how you want to play. And don't be upset when you lose a game just like versus Finland. Then everybody starts, no, you have to change tactics and you have to change that and this is not good and that is not good. No. You make your choice for a certain way of playing football. This is how we want to play the game. And you lose some time, you win some time, but keep your philosophy of playing. And that's exactly what we did. And we will do in the future also.
To właśnie była rzecz, która się najbardziej rzucała chyba w oczy, że długimi fragmentami potrafiliśmy się utrzymywać przy piłce pod pressingiem Portugalczyków. A ja od 15 lat słyszę, że polski piłkarz jest za słaby technicznie, taktycznie, by tak grać, by długo utrzymywać się przy piłce. To jak to jest?
Yeah, but I have heard so many, sorry to say, I have heard so many stupid things about Polish players and Polish mentality and everything was wrong. It's not true. It's not true. Listen, every football player, also Polish football players, they always want to be successful, they want to play good matches and they want to be successful and win the game. They have the same ambition as every other professional football player. The only thing is what they need, like every football player in the world, the coach has to show them the way to how to do it. And the main thing is that everybody is doing the same in the field, is playing once again with the same ID. So in this way, Polish football players are not different. And once again, I'm sorry to say to all the people who had a lot of critics and people who don't like that I am here, but we showed it. Apart from winning or losing, we always can lose a game, we always can have a bad day, we always can have bad luck with injuries or red cards or yellow cards, I don't know what. It's the game versus Portugal is not a guarantee that we will win all the other games. But at least we showed that when you show a Polish player the way and a philosophy how to play football, they are as well prepared as other players, as Portuguese players, as French players, as Spanish players. We have here in Poland the same possibility as all the other countries, for sure. The big question is, what are we doing with the qualities we have? Are we able, from the coach side, to show them the way to do and to play football on this international level? And once again, sorry, with all the excitement after the Portugal game, this was the most important conclusion for me after the game. That I was right from the beginning, these guys can do it. It's not a guarantee, but yes, they are able to do it.
Taktyka, jaką pan zastosował z reprezentacją Portugalii, gra na dwóch defensywnych pomocników, wypaliła, sprawdziła się i to w sposób znakomity. Czy to oznacza, że reprezentacja Polski będzie starała się grać właśnie tak taktycznie, bez klasycznego ofensywnego pomocnika, czy nie? Czy będzie pan dostosowywał taktykę zespołu po pierwsze do przeciwnika, po drugie do tego, którzy z pana zawodników reprezentacji Polski są w najwyższej formie?
Yeah, well, it depends on. That's the problem as a national coach. You always depends on first of all the players who are available. You know, you have a very short time of preparation. In this way, also the way the opponent is organizing his team can help you. Probably sometimes you need that one of the two is more a little bit offensive player, like we make the change in Kazakhstan. The change for Lewandowski, who is more a defense midfield player, and bringing in Kazmierczak, who is more a guy of the passing and making more connections in front. So it depends also at the moment what you need to play the game. But normally I think for this team, it is the best. Basically, it's the best organization to play with 4 in the back and 2 more or less controlling midfield players. Yes.
Jak pan widzi rolę na dłuższą metę Macieja Żurawskiego, piłkarza niewątpliwie kluczowego dla tej drużyny? Czy to będzie właśnie tak jak w meczu z Portugalią? Człowiek, który będzie, zresztą tak grywał bardzo często w reprezentacji Polski, wracał do środka boiska, wyciągał za sobą obrońców drużyny przeciwnej, robiąc tym samym miejsce dla Ebiego Smolarka. Z drugiej strony nie ma go tam, gdzie chcieliby go widzieć kibice, to znaczy pod samą bramką nie strzela tych goli tak wiele, jak strzelał dawniej. Jak pan widzi jego rolę na dłuższą metę?
I think first of all for Żurawski it's the best way to play, to have a little bit more freedom. Look, the 2 central defenders who were playing in Portugal, they are both very strong, very big. I think for Żurawski he has very good technical skills, he sees the game, he can play a good passing game. The idea with Żurawski is, yes, to play as a second striker. So one guy in front who is more or less the target guy, that can be Rasiak, that can be Matusiak for the moment, and then Żurawski playing with a little bit more freedom around the first striker. And I think due to his technical skills, his tactical skills, I think for him, but more than ever for the team, that's the best role I can give him, yes. Yeah.
Czy to, że Grzegorz Bronowicki w tych 2 ostatnich meczach znalazł się na lewej obronie, to jest potrzeba chwili i splot pewnych przypadków, kontuzji innych graczy, czy tak pan to sobie wymyślił już wcześniej, oglądając mecze Ligi Polskiej na przykład?
Yes, of course. We are watching every week. We are watching as much possible matches from the Polish league. I never go and look for a player if he is playing good or bad, because that can happen. What I try to see is the quality he can bring, the talent he has. And Bronowicki was a long time injured. Before I invited him, I saw him play 2 or 3 times. And he was one of the guys I thought he has much more possibilities than he is showing for the moment in his club team. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Sorry.
How many mobile phones do you have?
An international one and a Polish one. So in that way we do our homework. We follow these guys. It was the situation with Błaszczykowski, with Golanski, with some other guys. And but I have to say that from the beginning, when I saw him for the first time, at least I recognized his talent, his possibilities. But that he should play that good versus Portugal, it was even a surprise for me in the positive way. Yeah. He did absolutely a great job. You could see him when we were together in the preparation time in all these days, that he was growing and growing every day, picking up every time more confidence. And I have to tell you once again, he did a great job. But at least you can recognize the talent, and he is a very talented guy. Yeah.
Tak, to prawda. Myślę, że Bronowicki w tym meczu zagrał tak dobrze, że sam nawet nie spodziewał się, że tak potrafi grać. Gorzej było w meczu z Kazachstanem. Dzisiaj jesteśmy mądrzejsi. Wiemy, że z Portugalią wszystko wyszło fantastycznie, ale czy przeszło panu przez głowę po meczu z Kazachstanem, a przed meczem z Portugalią, że może jednak postawić, nie wiem, na Jacka Krzynówka na lewej obronie, bo ci boczni obrońcy, którzy zagrali w meczu z Kazachstanem, nie dają jednak gwarancji tego, że grając na bardzo niebezpiecznych skrzydłowych portugalskich, nie wyjdzie to dobrze.
No. Yeah, but that's a decision you have to make. You have the guy 5-6 days in the camp. You see him act within the team, within the training and so on. And there comes a moment you give the confidence to the player, and the player responds very well. So it's once again it shows that, and I will repeat it every day, that there are enough Polish players who have the talent to do this job. Once again, the problem is not the player, the problem is not the talent, the problem is what we coaches are doing with them and how we can show them the way to do a good job. And in this way, it's for me, it was no doubt that at the moment I had Bronowicki for the first time with the team, and I observed him 2 days in the training and moving himself within the team, that I said, yeah, I have no doubt the guy is going to play and he can do it. I'm sure he can do it. And I told him, you can do it. So play your game the way you think you have to do it, no problem at all. And he responded very well.
Trener Kaczmarek, muszę panu powiedzieć, zdradził nam fragment pańskiej rozmowy z Bronowickim. Opowie nam pan, jak zasłużył sobie na nowy przydomek, który pan mu nadał? Bronko?
Yeah, well, I sometimes I have to use nicknames because some of the names are very complicated for me. Błaszczykowski and Znowek and I don't know, so no, but I use some time this nickname, but in a very positive and good way, and this guy understands. So we just had a discussion, and I said, listen, when I have to call you in the field that there is something happening, and I have to call Bronowicki, the opponent scores already the goal, so I have to look for a little bit short names. So in that way I called him that way.
Zdaje pan sobie sprawę, jaki oddźwięk miało to zwycięstwo z Portugalią, że prawdopodobnie podniósł pan poziom gospodarczy w kraju przynajmniej na dni kilka, pewnie też notowania partii rządzącej wzrosły o kilka procent, kto to wie?
Oh. So the next time it's we win is layoff for president or something, or what's going to happen? No, listen, I understand, and once again, sometimes it also surprised me that the input of football in general in a society is amazing. It's not only here, it was also, I remember when we qualified with Trinidad and Tobago for the World Cup, that I had a meeting with the president of the country, and he said it's the first time that this country are 2 islands, you know, and they're always a little bit separated and so on. And he said to me, what we try to do in 70 years of politics, bringing the 2 isles together as one nation, and we couldn't do it in 70 years, and the team did it just by qualifying for the World Cup, and for the first time in history it was one nation. So it means again that football is very important, not only here but in general in many countries. To influence the general society of a country, the economy of a country, and so on. And that's why one of the reasons I think that's important that the responsible people within Polish football start little by little to recognize that in that way, to use football in a positive way, and probably to start to create better conditions for Polish football. In that way, Poland has lost a little bit contact with the rest of Europe in relation with the infrastructure, the stadiums, the training facilities conditions, the youth development and all the stuff like that. So hopefully it will be a push to this especially responsible people of Polish football, that they pick up the positive side for the moment from the national team, and hopefully make things better for the next future.
Czy przyjeżdżając do Polski zdawał pan sobie sprawę, do jakiego kraju tak naprawdę przyjeżdża? Do narodu rozkochanego z jednej strony w futbolu, a z drugiej strony do kraju, w którym tak naprawdę od 20 czy od 30 lat, no może od 20 lat ponosimy porażki. Nawet 2 awansy do finałów Mistrzostw Świata musiały za chwilę skończyć się spektakularnymi przegranymi podczas samej imprezy. I jest to też kraj, gdzie, przykro mi to mówić, bo sam jestem Polakiem, ludzi, którzy odnoszą sukces, najchętniej ściąga się w dół.
Yeah, but I think at the same time that's the big challenge for me, and that's one of the reasons I accepted the job, because I'm doing this for 40 years and I love challenges in that way, and I said from the beginning, I have so much confidence in the Polish players that, and beside that, looking for the possibility to qualify for the first time in Euro 2008. These two things make me decide to take the job. And yeah, I have to say that from the beginning there was a very, very negative and black atmosphere around the team as a consequence of a very disappointing World Cup, of course. Nobody had confidence in the team and in the players and so on. There are still a lot of people who, and what you say is right, that when you are a little bit successful, they don't like it and they want to push you down again. Yeah, in that way, it doesn't affect me. I do my job, I love my job, I love football. We are working in a fantastic way together with the people of the staff around the team and with the players. And that is for me, that is my air to breathe. And the rest, what other people think, of course, it's better that everybody is positive, but if not, it's their problem, it's not my problem. And in that way, I have to tell you that the fans, the people on the street are fantastic. They are so enthusiastic and they picked up a lot of confidence and a little hope that we go to a new period of success of Polish football. The support of the people on the street is absolutely fantastic and very enthusiastic. And that gives me the satisfaction to do the job. And when on the other side there are people who think in a different way and because I'm from another country or they don't like that we are successful and they want to push us down again. It's not my problem, it's their problem. I love the job, I have a great atmosphere with the players. The fans are very enthusiastic and that is my satisfaction to do the job.
Ale to portugalscy dziennikarze powiedzieli zaraz po meczu, patrząc na pana podczas konferencji prasowej, ten Beenhakker nie wygląda tak jak Beenhakker podczas Mistrzostw Świata. Jest przygaszony, jest rozczarowany, nawet po takiej wygranej jak z Portugalią. Zapytam wprost, czy czuje pan, że ma odpowiednie wsparcie ze strony federacji, ze strony Polskiego Związku Piłki Nożnej?
Yes, I have the support. I have the support from the people I need. I have all the support from the president, Liszkiewicz. I have all the support from the Secretary General, who is helping me a lot to organize all the things like that. And more I don't need. I have the authority to choose my own staff, my own people around me, in the technical staff, in the medical staff. So I did. So in that way I can do my job, and I was not disappointed or something like that. I was very happy with the victory over Portugal once again. I was very happy with the way they played, especially because the guys worked very hard for it. That was my satisfaction. But on the other hand, I'm very realistic. I think I had both feet on the ground after the disappointment of Finland, and I also had my feet on the ground after the victory over Portugal, because I'm the first one to realize that yeah, we have much more matches to play, and we just won one match, but we have much more to do to get in Austria and Switzerland in 2008. So in general, I take a bad result, I take calm and also the good stuff. Of course, inside I have my emotions, I have my feelings, but I'm not a guy now who now we won versus Portugal that I react in a different way or after a match versus Finland. No, it's the match, it's over. I'm happy or I'm not happy, but that's it.
Ale wrócę do swojego pytania, pozwoli pan. Sprawa trenera Dawidziuka, czy to nie jest taka polityka w cudzysłowie obliczona na to, na ile Leo Beenhakker pozwoli jeszcze sobie na to, byśmy wtrącali się do jego pracy i do tego, jak pan mówi, wybiera swoich ludzi, wybiera swoją grupę trenerów?
Yeah, but that was one of the examples that some people still try to do different things and possibly defend their personal interest. Listen, in this way I can work very free within the federation. This is the deal we made. I said, okay, we will try to do the job. I can do the job, but basically let me do my job the way I want to do it. I have a contract with the federation signed by the president of the federation. So, and in this contract, among other things, is that I have the full freedom to bring a staff of together. Mm-hmm. So it is my authority to say he is on the staff and he is not on the staff. And then sometimes you have a situation, yes, that some people try to have their influence based on I don't know what. So we had a little bit a conflict with some other people inside the federation. But yeah, we discussed it, and at the end, after the Kazakhstan game, he was again in the camp. So he is one of my staff, and he will be there until I think we need him or we can use him. It's my decision. And probably people have to get used to it. I don't know.
Powoli kończymy, panie trenerze, ale jeszcze jedno pytanie. Co uważa pan za największą wartość tego zespołu, który pan prowadzi? A z drugiej strony, na jakich może konkretnych pozycjach widzi pan braki, a może niewystarczająco duże rezerwy?
Yeah, starting with the last part of the question, it's very strange that in general we don't have in Polish football much central defenders who are prepared for international football, and also central midfielders. It's very strange, because normally well, it's one of the things you normally have a lot of players who can do that job. So in that way we are not totally in balance with the team. As we played Portugal and Kazakhstan, it's always the ideal situation that for every position you have 2 players at least, or 3 players for 2 positions. So in central defense, the players who are playing now are doing a great job, no doubt. But for the short future, hopefully we can find some other younger guys who can fulfill also that job. And what I said in the position, what Sobolewski and Lewandowski, Cimkowiak can play. In that way we don't have too much players for the moment. So hopefully we will find them. The most important part is that from the beginning the players picked up the philosophy of playing. They tried to do it. They understood also from the beginning that the only way to be successful is to work as a real team. And I think the most important part is that every time we were together a few days, every day you saw the team growing and making steps forward. So that means that there is a lot of potential in this team, in this group. We still can do better and better and better. There is no guarantee, because you always can have a bad day in football. Winning Portugal is not a guarantee that you also will win Belgium. But at least everybody is ready and prepared and focused to do the best possible job. And in that way there is a great atmosphere in the team. And I think that is the main part of having this success, playing this game, and hopefully having success in the short future.
Panie trenerze, bardzo dziękuję.
15 minutes we said.
Yeah.
Polish minutes.
Sorry for that.
Okay.